Ongaku Concept.
So recently I found my old GameCube, which I have not played in literally a decade. One of my absolute favorite games of that era, and one of my favorite games of all time, is
Super Mario Sunshine! Woohoo!
There are a lot of great things to say about this game, and one of them is the sound design. In addition to having a great soundtrack, the dev team put a lot of attention towards the sound effects. If you look up Super Mario Sunshine on Metacritic, it lists Toru Minegishi, Yoji Inagaki, and Mitsuhiro Hikino under sound effects. Looking at their individual credits, they've all been working with Nintendo for a really long time, and in Toru Minegishi's case, he was actually the composer for the battle, mini-boss, and boss themes in Majora's Mask, as well as being the head composer of Twilight Princess. So as I was playing Super Mario Sunshine, I bounced on an enemy, and a coin popped out. And I went over to collect it, and I noticed something. The notes that played when the coin showed up, and the notes that played when I collected the coin matched the actions. In other words, when the coin popped out, the sound effect kind of beckoned me over there, drawing my attention towards the coin. When I collected it, the sound effect assured me that I had completed the task it wanted me to do. Now, this is how sound effects are supposed to work, so there's nothing unusual about this, but since there were notes being played and I'm a musician, I was able to figure out why the sound effect had the effect that it did. So let me show you how this went down. As the coin popped out, there was a quick run up the E-flat major scale, just E-flat, F, G, skipping A, up to B-flat. As the coin bounced on the ground, a short B-flat was played each time it bounced. Thanks to the scale run, the key had been established as being in E-flat, so that puts B-flat in context as the 5th degree of the scale, or the dominant. Because of how music works, the dominant pulls very strongly to the tonic, or the 1st scale degree. What this means is that leaving the coin bouncing on the dominant left the sound unfinished. It's letting me know that something had happened and it needed me to react to it. Upon collecting the coin, there's a quick resolution up from B-flat to E-flat. This brings us back to the tonic and lets us know that the action has been completed. This seems like a lot for a tiny little sound effect, but it just goes to show how much attention and care the sound team was putting into this. A similar thing happens with blue coins. If you make a blue coin appear, there is an E-augmented arpeggio. This is a little more tense and mysterious sounding than the normal coin effect, letting you know that something special has just shown up. Upon collecting it, the E and G sharp resolve up one semitone to an F major chord. There's a lot more to say about this game's sound design. The fact that Mario's voice becomes weaker as he loses health, or that bongos start playing over the music when you ride on Yoshi, are just little things that show how the sound team went above and beyond with their work. So remember, game audio isn't just about music. The sound effects are important as well, and in the case of musical sound effects, there's a lot of really cool subtle stuff you can do. This week's album of the week is the Love EP by Masayoshi Oishi. Masayoshi Oishi is a J-pop singer, and his stuff is really heavily Beatles influenced. It's really good, and you should check it out. If you have any questions, you can let me know at ongakuconcept@gmail.com or tweet me at ongakuconcept. Also, I just started a weekly music theory podcast with my friend Annie. I'll put a link to the first episode in the description, and I'll see you guys next week.